Hello, Monsters Band here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3, in the fourth part of my Kugath campaign, where things have not been going particularly well. That's okay. We will survive the ordeal, as Grandfather Nurgle desires. So, we've dealt with the dwarves, but we've still got some ogres to kill, plus there's Tzeentch up here, although maybe Khorne is helping us? You guys might actually be... I mean, are you guys fighting... You're not fighting those guys. Why? Wait, are you... Oh, you're just Khorne rebels. I haven't met you. Okay, so that's... Okay, so maybe they'll hit that one, and that'll be good. And then maybe... Maybe I can potentially peace out with you, which might be useful. We could grab the City of Splinters of this Khorne faction, secure this second province, and then, maybe, we'll be... you know, in a reasonably good position. It looks like Cracker Drak has been taken on by the Crimson Sky. Khorne is really helping me out. Oh, God. Khorne, what a guy. He's always there when you need him, isn't he? Oh, God. Chaos Realms, where everyone knows your name. Unless you're a demon, in which case that's problematic. Okay, let's go for Plague Sight. I mean, you gain the line of sight when a plague is spread. That's not quite useful right now, but when we're starting to send out Chaos Cultists into the Empire and, you know, Cathay and all that kind of shit, that will prove slightly more useful. We're probably going to lose Karak Dum, which is fine. I'm not too worried about that. What we could actually do is we could do... Now, I do want this one, don't I? So we want the old mucus runs, so let's grab that, and we have 85, so we could do something. Oh, that's going to cost us 100. Right, okay, well, let's do that. That will infect the settlement, and then if they take the settlement, then basically they'll get riddled with that plague, and that'll make life easier for us, which they are doing. There's no point trying to defend that. You're going to take it? You did take it, and hopefully now you'll be riddled. Enjoy! Hey, Beastman, you want to pay me for an aggression pact? I will take your money. Thank you. Your money is good here. What the f... Have you made another camp? You son of a... Are you... Wait, are you laying siege to me? You son of a bitch. Yes, I know. It always rains and it pours. Oh, what's this? If we defeat... Well, thingy, we'll get the Staff of Nurgle. Ooh, I'd like to get my hands on Nurgle's staff. What was that for? What was that? Right, okay. Right, I'm going to have to deal with you, obviously, aren't I? You're going to bring the garrison. Do I want to risk... No, I don't want to risk this. Enemy reinforcements are on the way, but they're mostly Noblars. It's Noblars. It's basically Noblars. There are smokables there, so that's good. Gragas. Is it Gragas again? Two Gragases? Who knows? Leading his Noblars into a tree line, which is going to be fun for him. The reinforcements in 14 seconds. Kugath keeps chucking his Nurglings at trees. I don't think that works for him, but never mind. And we're going to drop that rancid visitation directly on his head. Ooh, that's really going to take that health out. 67 to 133 health damage for 20 seconds every second is quite nasty and will leave lasting damage on him. Maybe even finish him off. Meanwhile, enemy reinforcements have arrived. Oh, it's Malbob. It's Malbob. A little Malbob. Hey, Malbob. Leading his Noblars and some ogres. So, you know, not all bad. The initial enemy army is broken almost immediately. Now, it should be said that if you manage to break an enemy army before its reinforcements turn up, then you will get asked whether you want to continue the battle or you want to end it there. Basically, you get the option. So because you've won the battle before the enemy reinforcements have arrived, you could actually just go, you know, if there's like 3 stacks of enemy reinforcements coming and you manage to take out an army before those reinforcements turn up, then you can go, nope, I have no interest in taking on those reinforcements. I will take them on later. And then, of course, you'll just finish the battle as normal. Or you can say, nah, bring it on, and the enemy reinforcements will then arrive, and you can take them on. So basically, that's where Lightning Strike comes in. So Lightning Strike now has 3 ranks, and the more rank... Oh no! Oh no! Crow Botherer, don't take on a horde of ogres by yourself, you scrawny little bastard! He's got small man syndrome. You're gonna get the shit kicked out of you, mate. Look at the size of the bastards. Oh dear. So Lightning Strike will now increase the length of time it takes for enemy reinforcements to turn up, and then eventually you'll get the option to just Lightning Strike as per normal. Now poor old Crow Botherer is getting the shit kicked out of him, but what we're going to do is we are going to drop that melee reflect spell on him. That will give him more armour, and mean that even if he does get the shit kicked out of him, he should at least give them back some damage. So, you know, he may be a punching bag, but he's our punching bag. I'd like to say he'll come out of this looking a little bit worse for wear, but that's normal, so I don't know. Maybe he'll look improved? How would you tell? Well, the Ogre Bulls look like they're pulling out of combat, maybe trying to get another charge in. Nope, they're stuck in combat. It looks like they're starting to rout. Kugas sitting behind there, watching the battle, ordering his Nurglings to carry him forward. Drive me closer so I can hit them with this Nurgling. A little Nurgling in a cage. Oh, 2 little Nurglings in a cage. What have they? Have they been naughty Nurglings? Are there any other kind of Nurgling? Well, it looks like we definitely have the upper hand here. Which means we can now go on, knock out that Ogre camp, and then head on to hopefully relieve Karak Dun. Just didn't trust Auto Resolve to kill half my army. Let's take the replenishments. Does that trash the... Oh, it has. Good. Okay, right. Let's then... What's the quickest way down to here? Something like this. Now, obviously, public order here is going to be terrible, which means we're probably going to have a rebellion. Almost certainly. But we've killed those guys. We can come down. Hello. Would you be friends with me? I guess I can't... I could never actually recruit your units because you don't have a settlement to build an outpost in? Unless they thought of that? I don't know. Genuinely don't know. Right, let's get Fleshy Abundance. So that's basically going to be a heal for us. So we can drop heals on all of our boys. It's going to be quite useful. Of course, all of our boys are quite tanky. When can we get to summon... So that's level 13. Okay, let's go with Deadly Blade for you. You do also have Sunder Armour, which means if one of you attack does get a reduction in armour, which is really useful. Because, of course, we don't really have much armour piercing in general, which is why actually having a death magic user in your army can be quite good. Oh, for fuck's sake, really? Already? Okay, well, I don't really care. I'll deal with you in a second. First, I need to deal with you guys. So I'm going to attack you, because I think then you'll draw that and that out. Yes! Okay, let's just kill everyone then. Look at Cuddles there, leaving behind a nice trail of slime. Anyway, so we are going to try and take out the enemy general. Is it just him? He's got reinforcements coming. There's lots of reinforcements coming. You can actually, I like the fact you can actually see what reinforcements are on their way as well. That's very nice. So we've got a Slaughter Master here. Of course, he's beast, so he does have Amber Spear. I mean, well, if he had Amber Spear, we'd be in trouble, but he doesn't, so it should be fine. Cuddles immediately going in for the hug. He's a hugger. He's a hugger. And we're going to take him out almost... There we go. He's literally... he's like, I don't like being touched! So it's cast Wissian's wild form on him, but on himself, but that's not really going to help him. And already he's yeah, he's out of here. His armor's sundered. He's got 10 armor. He's being cuddled. He doesn't like it. He's out of here, and he's broken. And there we go. So we get the await reinforcements, or we can end the battle. I don't know why it's giving me the button, considering this is a replay, but I guess I'll await the reinforcements because that's what I did during the battle. So that's exactly the marker you will get. Could you actually end the replay there? If like you just go, oh, I don't want to see the rest of the replay, that's fine. So the enemy lord is dead, but the enemy reinforcements are but a few seconds away. You can see there's a lot of Noblars there and some ogres. So that's fun. And this battlefield's so pretty. Look at that, look at that. It's like vomiting lava, which is special, isn't it? That's nice. Got a little bit of corn runes there. Lots of flow. I will be honest, Khorne is the most boring of the Chaos Gods. There you go. I've said it, and that's a hill I will die on, because he's just all red and horny and lava and shit. It's just normal. He's your classic demon, isn't he? God, that's a shit ton of Noblars though, isn't it? I mean, yikes. Yikes. I don't want to hear about your something special. Not interested. Already Kugas getting some nice hits in there with the old little Nurglings. If only we had some of our... What are the big mechanical spidery things called? Those guys. Is it Defilers? Because the Nurgle ones are basically artillery units. I mean, they're absolutely rock hard in melee combat as well, but they basically fire 3 shots and they will do a shit ton of damage. Very potent, very useful to have in your army. Quite expensive in upkeep though. They've also got some of these Saber Tusk. Now you know how I like my doggos. I mean the Katos are fine. I don't think the Katos are as good as doggos though. Now normally I'm a cat person, but when it comes to Total War, I think I'm dog. There we go. And here comes effectively a giant baby in a nappy with a flaming hammer. And the enemy general Zok the Tyrant. And we got Baluk, who is the other general. Of course, he's the garrison general. Normally, fire bellies are just heroes; they're not generals. But in this case, he's leading the army because he's a garrison commander. Saber Tusks moving in on the left flank. We're pulling our Nurglings back because they're little fragile boys, and we prefer to use them to hit the enemy rather than for the enemy to hit them. Getting barreled over a little bit there, just spiralling away into the distance. I think they'll be fine. Yep, they're okay. They're going to caper back. Taking on those ogres. Cuddles helping out. And here come the Noblars. Now, obviously, against Noblars, our Plague Bearers should do rather well. Because we've got better stats, we're far more tanky, and far more killy. And they have no armour, so Noblars I'm not particularly bothered by. But we are somewhat outnumbered. About 3 to 1. Unfortunately, the Furies, they've attacked some Noblar trappers here. I thought I was fine. What I didn't see was the Saber Tusk pack coming in from the flank. I spot them too late. I'm trying to pull the Furies out, but unfortunately we get jumped, and being demons, rather than flee, they will crumble, and as such, the Furies are going to evaporate. I'm sending some Plague Toes to help them, but then I realise that basically it's pointless. The Furies are burning up there. There we go, the Furies are dead. However, the Ogre right flank is not looking particularly good. The Noblars are fleeing all over the place, eventually rallying and then coming back to the fight, but it's taken way too long for them. Dropping a nice big heal. We got Fecundity and Fleshy Abundance, which means basically our health is going up very, very quickly. We got 2 heals. So one being the battlefield mechanic heal, and the other one being a spell, which is basically going to top all of these units up. It's as if the ogres were never here. Now, chasing units down is a little bit tricky as Nurgle, because obviously, you know, we're not very fast. Or at least the units that I've decided to bring to the party aren't fast. You can get things like Forsaken and Spawn of Nurgle, and those units are actually not too bad. They will be able to catch up with most things. But Plague Bearers, a little bit on the slow side. I mean, Cuddles is quite fast. Cuddles got a speed of 40. That's not bad. I mean, okay, the Ogre Balls are still fast, but I mean, you know, Cuddles is a slug, so... You found some Noblars. Do you love them? Do you want to catch them all? I bet you do. So if we have a look at the numbers here, we can see that, yeah, we're chewing our way through the enemy army very, very rapidly. The enemy general's a little bit of trouble here, but we've got the counter to help out. Where's Crowbotherer? Oh, there you are. What are you doing? It's having a chat, are you? I don't pay by the hour. Get fucking in there. Look, the baby's back. Can someone deal with the big nappy baby, please? Did you just kick the back of my chair, you absolute dick? Come on, guys, help your boss. Oh, God. Alright, well, finally Crowbotherer has decided to join the party, and looks like Bullock is fleeing. Oh, Crowbotherer's up right behind him. Get him. Give him a spanking. No, the Noblars are in the way. Oh, he's going to get away now. That's it. Work your aggression out on the Noblars. That'll do it. So the Noblars returning to the fight once again, like waves crashing upon a beach. And our Plague Bearer is just like, I don't really care. Just keep hitting the Noblars until they die or run away. Or Cuddles eats them. Well, looks like the Ogres have had enough, and they're all running away. Good. Good. With any luck, this will be the end of them. A moment of silence for our lost Furies. Well, ain't getting deader. Let's... God, that's a lot of infection point. I'm going to take the infection points, I think. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, glistering scales. That's quite nice. And can we just order? I think we can just order on this. Yep, that seems fine. We'll occupy. We've got the brass cleaver, which is nice because that boosts up melee attack around us, which is always good. I would like Arcane Conduit. Alternatively, I mean, okay, so there's a few things I'd like here. Lord of Tzeentch is useful, but not until we can get Great Unclean Ones, and we can't at the moment. Plaguefather's Oration is okay, but I think Arcane Conduit is probably going to be the most useful thing we can grab. You are level 7, so let's give you a horsey, and oh no, change your mind. Give you a deadly blade and increased mobility. There you go. Okay, we've still got this rebellion to deal with. We'll worry about that in a second. Karak, right, so the dwarves have got other things to worry about than me, which is good, which means my coastline should be fairly safe, he says. Unsure that is true. And we could always use a little bit of extra cash. So, public order here is fine. So maybe growth would be the option we want, really. So let's get the microbial bog. And if we can get a little bit more money, that would also be useful. The replenishment here is absolutely garbage. We still need a turn for that. Okay, still. The ogres, I think, are dead. Are the ogres dead? They are dead. Fantastic. Right. No more ogres to deal with. That's good. So now we just need to secure our northern border against rebellion. And then we can push up north, deal with Khorne, despite the fact he's been quite useful. You know what? I might actually be able to win that, but I genuinely can't be bothered to actually try. So, You're just going to keep sacking me? You're going to take it? What's the plan here? Oh, the great wheel must turn. The very skies shudder with a heart-breaking, bowel-loosening sound of great Father Nurgle weeping in grief, for the change has once again disrupted a cycle of death and decay. If we truly love our Earth Father, we must make things right. Brew a brain-eating disease. If your rotting legion barely have minds left to twist, they will become inherently resistant to madness. That's a fair point. Order a raven hunt. All corvids must be slain on sight. In fact, anything with feathers is fair game, lest it be sorceress, emissary of the raven gods. Let's go for that one, I guess. Discovered an ambusher, not too worried about that. We've got upgrading the settlement to level 5. We'll get the Rock of Inevitability. Okay, good. As long as a single stone remains, the ageless inevitable city shall always rebuild itself. So that's Tzeentch's capital, I think. That was in thingy, the Mamorpika Warhammer game. That was actually pretty good. Okay, can we reach this? I reckon we can. If we go there, and then if you attack the city, we can be like, excuse me? And bop you. And then we can go and sit in there, and that'll be fine. And then we can push north. It looks like the Tzeentchian guys have had a rebellion as well because of all the corn corruption. It's making people very angry. Wow, you're just going to kill everyone, huh? Well, I definitely can't replace those, so... Well, at least we're only up against a horde of Chaos Warriors. Plus, Kugath is not far behind. In 1 minute and 8 seconds, he will arrive with reinforcements to relieve the settlement, which is good. Just as well, really. Now, these corn boys, they're pretty killy. They're pretty killy. Yeah, they're fair play to them. They are pretty killy. We're pretty non-killy, though. I mean, not that we're not killy, but we are quite hard to kill, so I'm hoping that works out for us. They're coming in from 2 locations. We have... I mean, our garrison is pretty depleted. However, we do have a magic tower here with 2 times explosive shots. So already it's doing some good damage there to the enemy army as it advances, and basically the plan is to lock them into combat, and then while they're all blobbed up, just pound the ever-living shit out of them with towers, and that's where Nurgle shines. If we can just tar pit the fuckers, then what they're going to do? Nothing. They're just going to sit there and try and chew through us, and they're going to struggle with that. So we're just going to keep pounding them with towers, and hopefully that'll work out. Meanwhile, over here we don't have any towers. I spent all my resources on 1 tower, but we almost have enough resources for another tower. There we go. Down goes another tower. It's going to take some seconds to build, and trust me, you might go, God, 80 seconds, that's not very long, but it feels like a fucking... it feels like so long when you're desperately holding out and thinking that every second you spend building this sodding tower is a second it's not shooting into the rear or into this big blob of enemy units. Fortunately, Kugath has now arrived. Reinforcements now racing, well, not racing, just plodding towards the settlements to relieve it. I mean, Crow Botherers seems to be picking up the pace a little bit. Look at him go. Got a little bit something around your mouth. I don't know whether you want to... Nope, okay, well that's fine. Good, okay, so we are racing to relieve the settlements. And that means Kugath can smash the rear of these Chaos Warriors with explosive Nurglings, which is good. And then we have the tower, which is 25 seconds away, and they've broken through already. And you see, some people go, oh, the towers build so quickly. I'm like, well, I mean, they build fairly quickly, but it doesn't feel like it. Over here, the tower has done some fairly good work, but the Nurglings are starting to crumble away. You can see these Chaos Warriors have taken quite a chunk of damage. So we blat them, which is good. We do have some Flesh Hounds. Angry Corn... What is this? What are you doing, guys? Is this like a... Is this a dance thing? Is this something the kids are doing these days and I don't understand? Quite possibly. Now, your towers will continue to harass the enemy as long as your control point doesn't get captured. I will say that the AI is pretty good at ignoring capture points for the most part. I mean, they will sometimes go for them, but it's almost like there's one unit that will decide to go for the capture point. The rest of the army will completely fucking ignore it. And if that unit happens to get, like, you know, wiped out or something, then they'll just sort of just chill. I mean, look at this guy. He's not really racing, is he? It's almost like they're not entirely sure what they should be doing. The Flesh Hounds are very slowly making their way. Okay, good. I don't know whether maybe it's the fact that there's reinforcements coming from behind the city and the AI's a bit like, I don't really know whether we should be inside the city or outside of it. How does this work now? Our Plague Toads are lumbering inside with their sprightly speed of 59. And the Rot Flies are picking off Chaos Warriors with their armor-piercing fire. So they are going for the victory point here. Looks like they're going to crush some poor tents. Don't need to do that, guys. So they are capturing the point, and now they've changed their minds because I think the Plague Toads have turned up. The Flesh Hounds, though, are now heading for the key building. Now, just because I lose the key building doesn't mean the battle's over. So this is not like a victory point. It just means I'll lose some supplies. You don't need to hold any points as a defender in a settlement, but obviously it makes your life easier if you do. As you can see, these units here have taken an absolute beating, and they are in no real position to offer up any real resistance now that Kugath has turned up. This battle is basically over. So our Plague Toads and Pox Flies are mopping up the Chaos Warriors over here. The Nurglings and Plague Bearers, along with Kugath, have arrived in the settlement eventually. They got there in the end. And it's just a case of hunting down the last few units, like the Flesh Hounds, who are currently trying to capture the key location over there in the city centre. But yeah, this battle's basically over. I could make you watch the rest of it where I go and hunt down the last few units, but to be honest, it's, you know, the towers have really done their work. Okay, well that was successful. I mean, apart from the garrison, but I wouldn't worry too much about them. I'm going to take the cash. That's it. Get out of my house and stay out, you filthy corn bastards. Where are you going now? Stop it. Just going to rate. Okay, fine. Your plague scientists discovered a new form of blood parasite. Ah, hail science. What causes the infected to fall hopelessly in love with those that traditional find repellent? The burning lesions come much later. Well, that's often the case. How best to employ this delightful micro beast? Poison the water supply will give us additional relation to the Legion of Chaos, or infect enemy general, which will give us a campaign line of sight. Poison the water supply. Let's make Ted love us. Love me, Ted. Love me. And obliterate in godly glory. Okay, but do you love me? You do love me slightly more. Okay, good. Well, maybe we can team up. You know, that might be quite nice. Oh, for fuck's sake! Do you not have better things to be doing, mate? Okay, let's kill you. Grandfather loves us all. And then we'll book it over here. I think the sunken sewer should be fine. Looks like you're going around. I think you're heading for Gluttport, which you're going to reach in 2 turns-ish. We might get... okay, well, we'll... Actually, you know what? We should be able to head them off. It does mean that the... Oh, Scarecrow banner! Best banner in the game, of course. This... You guys are not going to be happy, and there's not much you can really do about that. 4 turns. Oh, unless... Hang on. Oh, we don't have that one yet. Never mind. Let's go with you. Actually, let's go with you. do something like that. We'll infect you, and maybe we'll be able to unlock the additional public order doobie what's it. Fingers crossed. Okay, the counter. Ooh, a Nurgling palanquin. So you can ride around in style. That's what you want, isn't it? That's definitely what you want. So how much money do we have? 7k. Holy shits. I'm going to get some plague flesh poppies. And I'm not going to upgrade you because you're gonna rebel. Due to corn. Bloody corn. The counter. Your most beloved Nurgling greedily suckles upon your pus for far too long. Alas, its tiny bloated body cannot contain the pustulent bile. It bursts, showering a nearby follower in flesh-eating filth. What a heavenly blessing, indeed. We can scour your champion clean. I'll give him an extra hero success chance, or allow the gore to fester, which to increase Nurgle corruption +4 in the local province. Yeah, the counter. Yeah, let's do that. Right, what are you? Are you just sitting there? What are you doing? Why are you just sitting there? I mean, I don't mind. You can sit there if you like. You just seem to be chilling. Okay, let's. I don't want to scare you off. I want to kill you. Let's give you a Chaos Steed. I might just have to accept that I can't hold on to that for the moment. There's just the fact that I'm at war with. Normally these guys are fairly chill. Like obviously it's Tzeentch. It's just because Stormwrack Mountain switched over. And I've never seen a settlement switch that early. That was such a blindside. Holy shit. We do have some more plague bearers, and also we're going to get the doobie what's it fairly soon. At least Kislev isn't on the coastline yet, which is good.
You fight on the side of true power.
I do. Basically, I need a full stack, and I've had... it's been a hell of a time. Holy shit. I've never had a campaign this punishing. Early on, anyway. Just seems like just everything. Everything. Let's go with unlock plague infection. I'm not going to do anything with you. I just don't trust it. I just don't trust it. Carrick Dulm has received a plague, and we are in ascendance. The fuck are you just chilling? Ooh, cult manifested. Good. If I could do something about that, that would be good. I'm just gonna sit here for a sec. In fact, what I might do. Something like that. Something like that. God, you've got a lot of... Like, that's going to be a lot of incoming fire. Hello? Sure. You know what? Sure. Because I've got better things to be doing than... Oh, you... You complete... Okay. It's okay, I'm calm. I'm calm. I'm collected. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to ignore it. We're going to ignore it. We're going to get... we're going to get you. Oh god, I really want that. But what I need is a death magic guy. So Festering Festerguff. Mind you, more leadership might not necessarily be the worst choice, because it will stop units from crumbling so quickly. I actually might go with you. I mean, plus 3 armor, 2 melee attack, and 5% weapon strength is hardly... Wow. Ivac puts the freshness back. He doesn't, though. Spirit Leech will be quite useful, as will Soulblight. Okay, you are going to come and join our army. We're also going to get one of you.
Specimens for the battle study.
Now, the portal should pop up very soon. I mean, the fact is, you're probably going to rebel anyway, right? We've had a rebellion. That's probably going to rebel again. Plus, your army's over here, right? Your army's busy doing other things. So, the only thing I will need is some additional income. Okay, so what we're going to do... So we're going to do this. And my plan is, we're going to go into the realm of Slaanesh. We're going to get as deep into Slaanesh as we can. And then we're going to get him to pay us a lot of money to fuck off. Gardener's World. That's nice. It's like garden force. Ground force. Now, I'm going to leave you here, Ivac. I could use you, but I need you to close the portal after I'm through, because the last thing I need is... In fact, who am I currently at war with? I'm only at war with Krakadrak and Kislev, who are down there. Okay, this is fine. So, we need to enter the portal, and once we're through the portal, we need to close it behind us so that nothing comes through. It's like trapdoor, right? So, we are just going to chill here momentarily. And what we're going to do is we're going to infect ourselves with something like that. Oh shit, yes. Hang on. How is... Okay, that is fine, actually. What we can do here... So we can do this one. We can do this one. How many infection points do we have? Loads. Perfect. And that one. So, that has infected that. That means we now get more public order. That will maintain control of that province. Perfect. Then, okay, everything's coming together. Then we're going to get speckled hides. Let's get the Curse of the Slug. Okay, this army's good to go. Ish. I mean, we could do with more units, but we don't have the money, so fuck it. We can't do it. Right, here's the plan. As soon as that portal opens, we're jumping through, we're charging down, we're going to get as much money as possible. In fact, I'm surprised it hasn't popped yet. It's normally around turn 30, so this is quite late. Let's go with more melee defense for 26 seconds. Not that useful. Let's get Blight Boil. That could be quite useful. And I'm going to pop you. Don't really need you. Chance of plague spreading. Okay. We're just waiting, because we know it's going to pop up in a minute. It's going to happen, trust me. Okay, not yet. It will do. Something in the water. Uncommonly bloated plague toad is drawn helplessly to the befoulment of a nearby sword, but cannot squeeze itself through the entry grate. With a final terrible lunge, it wrenches itself across, tearing its vast belly open in the process. The countless black maggots within surge into the local water supply. Ah! Protein. I'm tempted to spend money, but if I spend money, I won't have the money to close the portal. Public order is getting better. Public order is getting worse. Good. Good. Fuck you guys. I'll kill him later. I'm busy at the moment. I've got stuff to do. Bonus first infantry for Cuddles. No, we're not doing that. No, I'm waiting. I'm poised.
The god bear rose in pain. A death rattle felt across the dimensions. Its arcane energy rips across the mortal plane, creating rifts and scarring the world with gateways into the Chaos realms.
Knew it would happen eventually. Turn 36. That's later than it usually does. Anyway, okay, right. We are going... Yeah, I know. Right, we're going straight through. We're going to the realm of Slaanesh. And we're going to close that portal behind us. But that is going to have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.